Welcome, everyone, to Rayphear's first fun run of Heroes of the Storm. We're going to be looking at Heroes of the Storm in its technical alpha state, so things might change depending on its full version, but it's still pretty fun in its very technical alpha state. Let me just hit the play button and we'll get started. Red team over here, and their team composition is 3 assassins and 2 warriors, very focusing on damage and getting out there and getting into team fights. Whereas we have on blue team, which I'm a part of, is still similar, 3 assassins and I'm the warrior, and the only difference is the support. And you're going to see as the game progresses on what that support really will do for the game, because the difference between the 2 comps is very minimal, and as the game will go on, you'll see how that support is actually kind of crucial.
The battle begins shortly, hero.
So we have Illidan going bottom for the red team, and Falstead's going to join him in a little bit. Nova and Diablo going top, and then ETC is coming mid for the red team. And then as for the blue team, Nova and Demon Hunter's going top. And peering around the corner, there's Rhaegar going middle, and then me playing Chen, Falstead's going bottom. If anything else, looking at a retrospect, probably should have had Rhaegar with someone else, not being alone, but that's how it kind of lines up. There's not really a lot of communication. We're going to see a spat here. Nothing's really going to happen of it, but, you know, we're just going to duke it out, switch punches, try to see, get as much damage as we can. And then we got up here. 2 Novas hiding out. Diablo's doing a check in the bush. Here comes Demon Hunter. Diablo's like, hey, I want to get you. And so he's going to try to get her, but forgets there's a turret there. And then as he's trying to walk away, just the other team's able to take him out. And he dies horribly in the face with an arrow. Just doing some back punches by Nova. And then we got here, well, Falstad and Illidan really low in health. Falstad decides to hit me, and then I just do a kick in the face, killing him. And then Illidan tries to, I guess, save him. Doesn't realize how much health he has. And then all of a sudden, dies because he misjudged that damage. So we're going to push this lane here. This mid, ETC is going to get some health going back. That'll be crucial in a minute. And then you can see here that the top and bottom lane are just being pushed. Very well managed by our team, just pushing. And then Rhaegar forgets how much low HP he has and dies as well. ETC takes him out. Illidan trying to get a Merc Cap by himself. And then we got going up here. Both red team really low. Diablo's trying to take out Nova and does, but in the process kills himself. So it's kind of an even trade. Nothing really good about that. And then we have Illidan and Falstead coming in to help him to get that Merc Cap. Now they're going to be able to push a little bit while we're out getting terrors. Nova's kind of caught up trying to get some experience. And then here they are, Falstead and Illidan getting those terrors. And then you can see in the map that the lane's being pushed by the minions. Us just searching around. I'm going to try to get that terror. I'm waiting for someone to come and help us out, but it looks like we don't know if we want to engage now because the other team's there. There again, Diablo again. He's just trying to get that lane by himself and not thinking about the 2 assassins that are just taking him out. And then Rhaegar decides, hey, you know, I'm tired of middle, comes up, does top. And then Illidan's going to try to get this other easy Merc Cap up here. And then he's just going to chomp on it by himself again. You know, Merc Caps are good, but doing it by yourself, unless you're higher level, is probably not wise. You could use your time a little bit better managed. This is hugely new kind of run, though. Everybody's learning everything. Falstead does assist him in that, you know, has a lot of low health, and that's why as an assassin starting out, first level, you don't really want to do that for this very reason, because our Falstead finds him and kills him out. And then all that work to get this Merc Cap, and me and our Falstead is going to take it all out. So Red Falstead's looking around, thinking about, okay, should I go up? Should I go down? Books it, because he knows he doesn't want to do it alone. And then we got up at top, Rhaegar and Nova pushing that lane again. Diablo's just by himself, just trying to, a little confused if he should go out in the lane or probably get some terrors. Illidan again, really pushing those merc camps. Probably, you know, unfortunately he's doing alone, which is not very good, but he's still trying to get those merc camps, and because of that you can see there's merc camps right here and pushing that lane. Having a tough time myself trying to deal with that. Our Nova and Demon Hunter decides, hey, we're going to take our own merc camp. Goes after Diablo. Diablo's like, oh, I'm getting hit again, but has enough health just to walk away and get to the fountain there. Falstead's backing me up. We're just starting to push mid lane. And then the Red Falstead still waiting there around for someone to help him out with the Garden Terror. Just doesn't know what to really do about that situation. Illidan's about to have a bad day because Demon Hunter took him out. Just no one there to back him up. Demon Hunter discovers Nova. Nova starts to shoot back, but stands there and dies by Demon Hunter. Rengar sees ETC. He's like, I'm going to fight you, and then doesn't realize Falstead comes around the corner and just gets hit by both sides of the team and dies because he gets pinned. ETC flees away from the other team. Diablo tries to push the Demon Hunter, get turret damage. Doesn't, because there's just too many minions there. Illidan says, alright, I'm back. I'm going to take this mid lane and try to push it. Me and my Falstead is pushing the bottom lane, and then we see that Illidan is pushing the mid lane. Decide to go up to challenge him. Me messing up on the camera work. And he's like, oh crud, 2 versus 1, I'm out of here. And then Rhaegar and Falstead is in pursuit of him. I'm still just going to push, and then there's a team fight. Unfortunately, 2 assassins just focus on Falstead, takes him out. Rhaegar getting major damage by all 3 of the team, flies away. Illidan hops over the fence, says, I'm going to kill you, and doesn't, because Rhaegar hits the fountain in time. Barely. Sacrifice was in vain. And Demon Hunter pulls off her ult, same with Blue Nova does. Focuses on Falstead, kills Red Falstead, and then they're just going to take pot shots at Diablo. Diablo will walk away from that. ETC is doing the Garden Terror by himself, collecting all those seeds. Blue Falstead is taking on him by himself, and ETC's like, oh, I think I can take Falstead, and then says, oh crud, I can't take Falstead and Shan, so I'm going to head on out of here. Illidan's like, I'll take him on. Doesn't realize that there's a team, our team, coming up behind. All 3 of them like, oh crud, we gotta get out of here. And then Blue Falstead kills Red Falstead with his ult. Illidan's gonna get behind the fence, and then for some reason, Demon Hunter says, I want that Illidan bad, and dies because she's bloodlust. But Nova, because of her distance, takes out Illidan with his low health. Or Falstead dies because got focus again. I get out of lane and be just trying to not get killed as well myself. Do a kick, but wasn't a wise decision because 3 of them are there, and then they focus on me, but I get barely out of there with the skin of my teeth. Demon Hunter going to be taking over the Terror. I believe the user's name is called Catacomber. Anyway, this person does a very good strategy, especially this strategy is good if you're solo playing and no one's going to support you as a Terror. We're going to see in a few minutes what that's going to happen, but in the meantime, we got Falstead in mid and getting hit by Illidan, and then hop back to the Terror, and we can see that this person has placed that flower there, and really good placement too, and we're going to see the exact same placement up here that will take not only the turrets, but also the fort and that fountain, and it will just start eating away at that. Now the Terrorist is running up here, and it's going to place its final flower, hitting the turret in the meantime, probably waiting for the ability to repop back up. And then places that flower exactly like places the others. And just eating away at that with all lanes will just help all lanes to be pushed. Very good strategy. Rarely see it used. And I will think I'm going to use that in the future, especially when you get not really support. See the Terror again, just pushing that mid, taking down the turrets, the gate, and everything. But since there's no support, problem with that, and he's just going to get eaten up by the red team. Going to do a little damage, but not that much. So we have me and Rhaegar down here, just drifting off to nowhere land, and then I decide, hey, I'm going to engage ETC to help out Rhaegar not to die. Rhaegar does his ult, so he's not going to die, but ETC's not going to stay around for a 2 versus 1, especially if he's not going to kill anything. And then here's our team going to be taking the hard Merc camp, just starting that ass. And then Nova, no one notices her there, and she's just going to kind of wait for someone to come along, I think. And Diablo is, but he's like, you know what, I don't think that's a good idea. I see all of them coming, and they're just going to eat me. And he goes back, and then we're going to be starting to push mid, taking out all those minions in the meantime. And ETC is going to do what he can with Falstead. But Nova pops her ult, tries to kill that. Other Nova pops her ult too, takes out our Nova, but Falstead, blue Falstead takes out the same Nova. Trade for trade. Not really going to help both sides, just unfortunately both Novas will die. In fact, it would probably help out red team more than anything else because they're low on kills. Illidan pushing that bottom, just trying to get everything he can do, but the whole entire team is just trying to get that mid lane all the way to the gates so he can do more damage to that. Rengar's taking the top, Demon Hunter coming up, Helper, Blue Falstead's gathering seeds. I'm taking bottom, saying, hey Illidan, don't attack my gate and my turrets. Illidan pops his ult to run away. And I'm like, alright, well, I'm going to start taking out these mercs. And then all of a sudden I go, whoa! Diablo grabs me. Then I pop my ult and say, no way! Focus on Illidan, kills him since he's damaged. Then do a little damage to Falstead. I'm like, oh, hey, Diablo, you're low on health. Bam, you go dead! And then I chase after Falstead, running after him, hoping to kill him. Not realizing that my ult will be up in a minute. And then, bam! I'm like, uh-oh, I'm low on HP. Went too far. And then I don't see the red Nova there. I die, but the other Nova is able to kill red Falstead. Red Nova's in pursuit of the other one. She really wants that kill bad. And Falstead comes around here. He's like, where did he go? Not realizing that she stood right there. So he's like, well, I lost her. And she's right there. And Nova, really smart red Nova, moves out of the way, stands still so no one can see her, and able to get away with the skin of her teeth. There's Demon Hunter and Rhaegar getting the other Merc camp by the red team side. Illidan's trying to maintain top, making sure to defend it. We got Nova and Diablo defending mid from the Merc camps, because we're just taking them all. ETC is trying to disrupt our from getting the hard Merc cap. Just can't. And then Rengar's in pursuit of that. ETC wants him really bad, but ETC walks again away. Diablo and Nova's trying to get Rhaegar, and Rhaegar's just not going to be getting anytime soon. And since we all had all those fights, we're starting to push top because we got the hard Merc camp. Diablo's thinking about engaging, but just does it by himself, doesn't realize the team is at the bottom of him, and just gets pincered between both of us and dies horribly. And then Falstead pushing mid, trying to get that mid gates out of the way. Other Falstead taking him on. We don't know really what to do because we're like, well, we could do it. Rengar gets caught out by himself, and then Nova does a lot of damage and runs away because he's scared of all the damage. And as a team, we're like, alright, we're going to take this Garden Terror, and We're going to whittle it down to get all of its seeds as a group. Rengar taking most of that damage. Red team is trying to figure out where the heck we're at. Trying to see if we're at the other Garden Terror. We're coming down to grab the other one. Italy is caught in the mix of the area of the garden, and just 3 versus 1 goes down. Not very good for him. And then it's 2 versus 3, but we're such at a high level game that it's just not going to help them. And I pop my ult, start to whittle Diablo, and keep doing it, trying to kill him. And he's trying to run away, and he's just low on life. Kill him with the ult. And I'm like, okay, where are they? I'm like, oh crud. 3 versus 1, even in a high level game. I just died. So unfortunately I did not see the team and ran right into him and didn't really disengage in time and just got eaten by them. So we popped up another terror. Blue team, I don't know who has this at the moment. We're just working that mid gate. And the red team is just whittling down because he has no support. 3 of our team members are dead. And then red team got their own terror. It's going to try to, go to the top and push top. Although it ignored all the minions and is going to try just to get those structures out of the way. Red team is trying to get the bottom terror, what's left of it, so we can gather more seeds, denying us from it. Unfortunately, our Falstead, because he was trying to protect that, just dies because he just doesn't have backup coming. And then red terror is just taking that top lane and trying to destroy it because it's been pushed good enough to destroy it out. Garden Terror is just able to take down this fort just because it's been so whittled down by minions and not defending it. And Rengar and Demon Hunter is going to just try to take down this terror. And then I, sitting in mid, trying to push this lane through, making sure to kill off all these minions. So since Red's mid is so vulnerable, red team is trying to find that Nova. They're like, I'm so tired. And you just get like that. You're just trying to find Nova. Nova decides for some reason to pop her ult there. The 2 versus 1. I think she even saw Falstead, but, you know, she just wanted to, I guess, kill one of them. And then Illidan pops his ult on me, tries to kill me, but 2 versus 1, guaranteed kill on Illidan. Still pushing mid, while ETC, no one sees him. Red ETC is just chomping the camps, and this is a good time where you can do some solo camping because you're just so high in level, and he does, especially on those easy camps. Then we find him, we're like, hey, you took our easy camp, and then he takes down Demon Hunter really low, fakes us. We just don't want to pursue him because we just want to take out the Merc camp. Falstead kind of pokes us a little bit, and unfortunately, because he poked us so much, we came back after him and just wailed on him, inches of his life. Diablo does a good job of distracting us so we don't kill him, and unfortunately ETC gets eaten by our team, and Diablo's popping his ult on Falstead and just can't take that much damage. Red Nova tries to take us out and just pops her feet a little too late. Just does a little damage, but not quite as much to take us all out. Unfortunately, Blue Falstead is cut out in the open by 2 red players and just focus on, dies. I'm like, you know what? I'm tired of you, Nova. I'm going to take you out. And I do. I just pop my ult. I just wanted her dead. And then Illidan tries to back her up. Falstead tries to get in on us. Tries to actually probably kill Rengar because he's low in health. Rengar pulls his ult on himself and just heals him fully. Our Nova is starting to push the top lane back so we can start making sure those minions don't overwhelm our top lane. Red Falstaff is taking their hard camp, and now we are taking our own hard camp, so it's a kind of counterbalancing. We don't know that Red Falstaff is taking their camp, and we as a group take our own. Still Nova pushing top, making sure that top is not going to be overwhelmed by minions. And then there goes there goes the hard mercs up on top. Nova's going to deal with them though. Rengar and Demon Hunter is taking the easy merc camp on the red side. I'm going to try to still take out these minions, so lane is still being pushed in mid. Top Falstead is taking that top merc camp. Now they're gathering seeds together. Being a good idea since we're ahead of 2 levels is to kind of make sure that you're grouped together. I see, I'm like, alright, well, darn, they just got that camp. And now they're going to group up to take on the Garden Terror to gather up all the seeds. But they don't realize that we have really pushed bottom because of the 2 merc camps. And Rengar is just doing it by himself with the merc camps, killing that fort, bottom fort. And then Blue Falstead's taking on the Garden Terror himself. And I'm like, oh no, I'm like, whoa, 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 there's a team there. Diablos engages me, gets distracted with me. I'm like, well, I'm not going to have a piece of that. I'm going to try to get away, and then I'm like, I'll run around here. Rengar still pushing bottom, gets all the way to the core. ETC's like, no, you're not going to take her out of core. Pops his ult in, and then Rengar runs away. Nova's there to back him up. Distracts Falstead, pops his ult, but Red Falstead pops his ult and is able to kill Nova because Nova was just too badly wounded. We just have here just blue team just pushing lanes. So Red Terror is making sure to eliminate the minions and counter pushing the top that Nova tried to maintain. I'm just soloing the Garden Terror. Run out of there. Have a feeling that this is probably going to be another team member, which was wise because there was Diablo coming from the back. And then Rengar's is getting hit by Falstead, dying. I don't want them to take that Garden Terror, but I come back to try to save it. See, it's 3 versus 1. Head out of there. Don't want to engage that because I know I'm just going to die. The red team's terror, he really wants to destroy that Demon Hunter. Has a grudge after it. Getting a little distracted. Not using the terror to its maximum effectiveness. For some odd reason, puts a seed there, probably for fear of Nova being there, or maybe thinks someone's coming. And just running around, placing the flowers in odd places. And so, because of the lack of confusion that the Red Terrors have, just this person starts to run away, placing things. So there's RTC to be revealed in his confusion. He goes after the Demon Hunter, but Demon Hunter walks away. Then both Diablo and ETC's focus him. Arnova tries to pop her ult and do some damage, but gets caught out in the open and dies. And then while everybody's fighting, they don't realize that me and Falstead has pushed the lane all the way to the core and started to chomp at the core. ETC really wants to get a kill. Unfortunately, he's taking too much damage. And then the red team realizes that we've pushed a lot. 3 of them come back to deal with us to defend. Falstead gets pulled by Diablo to the other side, but he's flying away. I'm trying to protect Falstead. Falstead jumps, making sure that he does not get captured, and then I have to flee from the 2 other red team members. They are wandering back, probably to deal with the minion waves. Nova's gonna try to take a merc camp herself. I'm recalling back to heal up. And there we go. 3 members are on the red team taking the easy merc camp. probably only need either one or two of them. Probably Diablo could have took that by himself, but a lot faster too. That could have been effective that way. There we go. Falstead and Demon Hunter are going to be taking this easy Merc camp real quick to push in the lane. I go to assist them, but it's all done, so I then start to herd with the team. Unfortunately, Rengar is comes in to try to stop them from taking that Merc camp, but is alone, and Nova tries to flee. I jump in to kind of distract him. We kill Illidan, but we're just taking so much damage. We don't have enough team members here, and a lot of assassins are just taking too much damage from the warriors. I'm caught by myself, being pincered by 3 of them. They just kill me off. We lose the team fight just for the factor that we just don't have enough guys there to fight with the red team. Red team is now starting to push mid, but looky there. Someone got mercs on the red side, and they're sneaking in to deal with that fort. Red team is so focused on trying to push their own mid that they're not really focusing on the mid camp, the mercs that we have pushed, and they're going to start to suffer. And there they go, making sure to take down our fort. But look, there we go, 2 of them. We're just pushing that, pushing those lanes so hard, and they want to make something in this game for them to fight back, and they're just losing their focus. So, but they doing an effective gathering seeds up on top. We immediately deal with the mercs in mid, defended, even though they took out the forts. Here's Rengar, and Demon Hunter is going to be taking the hard camp, and there's Nova right next door, gathering seeds. We don't see each other. Sometimes these are fun to see because you don't know how close of the other team are you. And Diablo, ETC taking the Garden Terror, and look at there, still no one has bothered to take down these mercs. Falstead is just starting to, but they've already done their well worth of damage. We're taking the bottom Garden Terror there, gathering its seeds. And so there we go, we've taken the hard merc camp on bot, and it's pushing bot. And then their red terror, red is just so focused on trying to get that mid lane pushed that they are not realizing that they're vulnerable. They're wanting to make a dent in themselves, that they're just too focused on that. And they're going to be pushing this mid lane, but it's going to be hurting them in the end. I come up to make sure to defend it. Don't want them just to have it. And then our terror is going to fight with them. I pop my ult to whittle down the Garden Terror and get as much down. They're trying to disengage and come back. But lo and behold, looky here. Demon Hunter and Rengar has snuck right in because of the minion push and them themselves pushing away. ETC thinks, oh, I'm going to take one of these guys out, but Nova's there. Takes him out, and then because of Rengar and Demon Hunter just hitting that core, it's just game. So here we go with the score. If we look here, we got the big player, which I think was the Demon Hunter on our team. This was really smart in the way this person did things, especially with that Garden Terror move. I think that's the MVP, and obviously, you know, siege damage and hero damage. This person way out, 28 kills. Obviously, this person was well experienced. The other Rengar too. He's, as we can see, he really good at healing, and obviously was the XP gain out of all of us. But you know, we were all in there too. He had 50, and and another reason why the Demon Hunter is real good, because the person accumulated a lot of experience, followed by me as third. So on the red team side, of course, Nova did a lot of damage to heroes and did a lot of siege damage. Since they didn't have any specialists, they didn't really have the capability of getting more siege damage, and that's probably what hurt them in the end too, as well, is that they didn't really have a support or specialist to kind of counterbalance that Rengar on our team, and and their other stats are pretty low, and then obviously you can see that we had 43 kills to 25, so we just outplayed them when it came to team fights. It was probably a combination of them catching them out in the open. A lot of that was just seeing them, getting them, and then grabbing them. And I think that was the other major play that happened a lot during this game. And obviously, this was my 13th game, so I was still pretty new at this, and all these players were low in level and probably the exact same type of experience that we had, so we were probably around the player mark of 5 or 6, just learning ourselves, and so it was a really good game. And if you were curious to see what people build, here's the chart. And with that, that's the end of the fun run. Stay tuned for more episodes to come. Please subscribe to Rayphear Studios to show your support. As well, if you like the content that was shown, please give a like to the video.